Hey guys, it's Molly, and today I'm going to be doing a reading vlog for A Court of Thorns and Roses. So actually I'm gonna set it all down so we can like chat a little bit. So I'm a little nervous. I am not a fantasy girly. The only fantasy books I've read, or really the only like fantasy book I read this month, and I'll talk about it more in my recap, but I read Kingdom of the Wicked and I wasn't like a huge fan. I got super slumped in like the middle, which kind of have a fear is gonna happen with ACOTAR, but we're gonna do it anyways. So yeah, this is gonna be my reading vlog of a non-fantasy reader, romance reader gal reading ACOTAR for the first time. So let's get into it. Today is Wednesday. I'm gonna try and finish this book by Saturday so I can have this video up by Saturday, but we'll see. I don't know. I also work like not tomorrow, but Friday. Oh my god, my face is just so bad. But Friday and Saturday, so but we're gonna try and read as much as we can and finish this and like get through it. Not finish it, but like get through it. And yeah, I'm so excited to read this, and I will like update y'all on my thoughts, but let's get started. So I just finished the first chapter and I like it so far. I mean, I've kind of like heard a lot about this book, so I know like a little bit about it. And I did like, I haven't really read the back. I read the back like just now, but I didn't read it like before starting this. So I wasn't 100% sure like what this book was about. I kind of knew what it was about. I knew it's like fairies and everything, but I didn't know. So the main character, I think her name is Farah. I think it's Farah. We're gonna say it's Farah. I don't know. I didn't know she was human. I thought like everybody was like a fairy. I don't know. But she's like human. And then there's like fairies, or like right now I think it's like a myth, like they don't think the fairies are real, but the fairies are real. And I think she just killed a fae or a fairy or whatever, or fairy or whatever they're called. She just killed one, I think. So I think the trouble is about to start. But I'm really liking it so far. It honestly kind of reminds me of like the Hunger Games, kind of in like that village starving aspect. Like I know this isn't dystopia and this is like full on fantasy, but it kind of like reminds me in that aspect of like the villages and everything. And she reminds me a lot of like Katniss, like the bow and stuff, but it's kind of like reminding me of that. I don't know if that's like a good depiction or whatever, but I'm really excited. I feel like stuff is about to happen. So I think I'm gonna keep reading and then I'll let y'all know what I think about it. But yeah. Okay, quick little update. It's a lot later. I'm on chapter 7, page 59. And I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm a little confused. Like sort of confused. I don't know. Like I know what's going on, but it's like there's not a lot of dialogue, which I don't know if that's like normal for fantasy books. I don't know. I know there's a lot of world building, and I'm kind of like not really grasping that, but kind of dialogue, which I didn't realize how like important that is to me until I was reading this, and it's just like so hard for me to focus because it feels like there's not a lot going on, even though there's like a lot going on. But she just met 2 of the guys who I think are like pretty important in the story. I don't know. But yeah, I'm kind of liking it so far, so I'll update soon. welcome to day 2 of this video. It is Thursday right now and it is, what time is it? It is 11:11. Oh my gosh. And I woke up a little bit ago. I finished last night on chapter 8 before I went to bed, and then this morning I read up until chapter 12 and I'm on page 103, so making some good progress. Also very like funny, Destiny Sidwell just posted a video too, like explaining fantasy for like beginners, so I watched that this morning and she was talking about ACOTAR. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep reading some more today and then I'll update y'all on my feelings. Okay, I'm gonna do a reading update because things are getting a little crazy. What the heck? So it's currently 10 o'clock. My last update was like this morning. I'm on page 134 and she just had like an encounter in the woods with a bunch of creatures, and oh my gosh, it's crazy. I don't know if I want to say this because I'm trying to make this spoiler free, I think. I don't know if I want to make this spoiler free. Should I make it spoiler free? I don't know if this isn't even a spoiler, but she was talking to one of the creatures. I think it's what is it called? A surreal. She was talking to a surreal, which apparently they like have knowledge, and she just found out she like can't leave, and then she found out what's his name, Tamlin. She found out Tamlin is the like he's actually like the High Lord of the court. Okay, so I found this out, so I didn't really know what like the courts meant. So obviously this book is called A Court of Thorns and Roses, right? So there's like different courts in this world and they're all like different seasons, sort of. So there's like a map at the very beginning. Okay, so there's the Court of Spring, which is the court that she's in, the Summer Court, the Autumn Court, the Winter Court, the Dawn Court, the Day Court, and the Night Court. And then there's also Hirium, which is like it's kind of like the wasteland, like it's not, so there's like basically a treaty between the Fae and the humans, and Hirium is like not part of the treaty, and so it's kind of like wasteland. And she just found out that Tamlin, who is the guy that like kind of like rescued her and is sort of keeping her captive in the Fae world, he is actually like the High King or High Prince or something, or the High Lord, I think that's what he's called, the High Lord of the Spring Court. So he's like the ruler of the Spring Court, and she just thought he was like a high fish and it was like a High Lord. And then now she's like in the woods right now and she's having this like fight basically with some of the creatures. I don't know what their names are, but I don't know, but it's getting crazy, y'all. It's getting crazy. I thought this was funny. So there's like this thing that the like humans, they have like a bunch of myths or what they think are like real of the Faes, and this like the chapter or the page that I'm on 141, and Lucian and Feyre are talking about like the fairies, or they're talking about like whatever, like what happened, and she goes, I thought fairies couldn't lie. And then Lucian goes, who told you that? Everyone knows it. And Lucian leaned back in his chair, smiling with feeling delight. Of course we can lie. We find lying to be an art, and we lied when we told those ancient mortals that we can speak an untruth. How else would we get them to trust us and do our bidding? I love Lucian. I'm such a big fan of him. I think he's so funny. I thought that was funny and I wanted to share. Hi guys, it is day 3 of this video. It's Friday, and yeah, so this is kind of like my reading update. I'm on chapter 25, page 220. We're going really slow. I don't know. I've hit like a good point in this book. I feel like things are starting to kind of pick up and things are happening. It's really good and I really like it. So I am about to leave for work though, so I thought I would just do like a little update before I leave. But yeah, I'll see you later. Okay, a little bit of an update. Sorry, I was listening to Taylor Swift, so let me just pause it. A little bit of an update. I read like a lot. Well, actually, I don't know. I'm on chapter 33. And damn, it is getting good. I kind of got sidetracked. I was reading and then I went on TikTok and Taylor Swift released a new song. Well, she released one like last night. She released like the Midnights, like the Till Dawn version. Oh my god, why is my eye red? She released like the Till Dawn version of Midnights. And I was like listening to that, but this like got leaked and it's You're Losing Me, and oh my god, I've just been listening to that on repeat. But I am on chapter 33, like I said. I don't really know like how much I can say because I don't want to like spoil anything, but it's getting to like the thick of it. I feel like I don't know, there's like so much going on, low-key. Like there's a lot going on. There's a romance, which I did not know there was a romance. Also, I didn't know this was a Beauty and the Beast retelling. A lot of people have been saying like, because I looked up a review on this book and it said Beauty and the Beast retelling, but it's like not very obvious. But then once I knew that, I started looking at it and I was like, honestly, it is obvious. Like I feel like at least, why is my like bed shaking? Okay, anyways, at least in like my brain, I feel like it's obvious. I don't know, because I've been seeing like so many pieces then that I'm like, it's fucking obvious. Like it's literally, it's right there. I don't know. But I'm really liking that part of it, and the romance part, it's chef's kiss. I think that's another reason why this is so popular with like romance readers. Like I feel like this book has like brought so many romance readers over to the fantasy side, and I can see why, because this is such a good romance. Like it's what I've been searching for, because I read the first 2 books of free feet pics, sorry. I read the first 2 books of the Ruby Birthright series, and that's like a kind of like high stakes romance, and I feel like that's what I'm starting to become like more into, is high stakes romance. Like obviously I really like the more like cheesy, I still like the rom-com cheesy romance where it's like, oh, we're gonna fall in love and have kids, but I also really like the high stakes romance where it's like, oh, you're literally going to die and like a fiery death. Like I also really like that. So that's all. I will update more. I don't know if I'm gonna read more tonight, but I will update you if I do. Goodbye. Hi guys, and welcome to day 4 of this video and the last day of this video, because I finished this morning. Final thoughts of this book. It is a 5 stars. It is a 5 stars. I don't know if I'm gonna change it. I was going between a 4.75 and a 5 stars, and I think the only reason I was going in between is because I always get scared to give a book a 5 stars, because a 5 stars is like, oh, you loved that book, and then a 4.75 is like, oh, I liked it, but I don't know. But I was trying to think of like a but, and I couldn't find one. So this is a 5 stars. for now. I don't know if I'm gonna change it, but it's 5 stars. So my final thoughts of this book, I really liked it. The fantasy aspect I loved. I thought it was so fun, like the fairies, the fays, the different courts, the realms. I was really scared this was gonna be really hard to understand, like the courts and stuff, but it's really not. Like, it's honestly very simple. And it's very just kind of like, it reminded me a lot of like Narnia, like the way that Narnia is like constructed. Because I'm pretty sure they have different courts. They have like the summer court, the spring court, the winter court, that kind of thing. And it kind of gave me the same vibe as Narnia with like the queen and I don't know if that was a spoiler. And like everything like that. And it's also apparently a Beauty and the Beast retelling, which I could also tell. Like, I feel like just those two things interconnected, like Narnia and Beauty and the Beast, and then also like fays and that kind of thing, like that's all kind of like mashed together, and I feel like that is ACOTAR. I don't know. I really liked it, and I will definitely be continuing the series. Yeah. And I like also it didn't really end on a cliffhanger. So I'm not like rushing to read the next book. I don't think I'm gonna read it like anytime soon. I might read it next month. I don't really know, but it kind of, I mean, it sort of ended on a cliffhanger. Not really a cliffhanger, but more of like there's more to come. And there's like some things unfinished, but it's not like so unfinished that I'm like upset. I feel like everything pretty much got wrapped up for the most part, and I'm like very satisfied and happy with how it ended. And I love this book, and I love Feyre, and I love Tamlin, and Rysand, which if you're like a big like booktuber, book talk fan, I feel like whenever people talk about this series, they always talk about Rysand, or however you say his name. I think it's Rysand. And we met him in this book, and I really liked him. I didn't like him at first because he's kind of like an anti-hero, morally gray character, but I really like him. I really like him. Okay, that's all. That's my thoughts on this book. Thank you for watching this reading video, reading vlog, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, a good rest of your week, and I will see you guys next week with another video. And I love y'all, and I'll see you later.